Welcome back. With the sun beginning to set on the summer season, state park officials are urging visitors and locals to get outside. We spoke with the director of Vermont State Parks, who tells us weekends of wet weather proved to be a challenge for summer 2025, along with the anticipated dip in Canadian tourism. Good news is that there's still plenty of time to get out to our state parks before the routine of the school year sets in. All right, we are joined with Nate McKean from the Department of Parks. So thanks so much for being with us this morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Good to see you, Adrian. I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. I wanted to start off and talk a little bit about this past season. Obviously, we're in the month of August, so the season is starting to wrap up a little bit as folks get prepared to go back to school and kind of the overall routine. I know that in the beginning of the season, there was a little bit of anticipation that there would be kind of lower visitation numbers. Tell me a little bit about that and kind of how we prepared for the summer of 2025.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. That's a great question. We were certainly worried in the beginning of the year. I think I heard it rained something like 24 weekends in a row, starting back in the spring through early summer. So to start off the summer, we were significantly down with our attendance, and really most of our really important visitation happens when school's out. So before school got out, it was really raining, but we had some knowledge from previous years that generally folks get their camping in no matter what. Even if it's rainy, they'll rebook and come later in the season. It's the day use visitation that really drives our attendance. When it's a nice, warm, sunny day, folks come to the beach and or go hiking and or picnicking. So I'm happy to say now in early August that we are now up equal to what we had last year for attendance. So last year wasn't really our best ever year, but it was a good year despite some of the flooding. So we're pretty confident that by the end of Indigenous Peoples Day in mid-October that we will have exceeded last year's numbers. And that's really important for us. We measure our success by how many people come and visit the park system. So we're feeling much better than we were in June. I can assure you that.
And was there any sort of, I guess, new initiatives or pull to draw people to the park in spite of the weather, in spite of some of the anticipation that we wouldn't see as many people coming in from, like, let's say, the north?
Yeah, we are significantly down with Canadian visitation, and Canadians typically make up about 10% of our overall guests. We don't really have a way to track day use visitation from Canadian folks, but for camping, we are still down significantly. Last month, we were at 70% reduction from the number of Canadians who normally come and visit, and now we're down to about 64%. And that's really impacted us. We're trying to work with the Department of Travel and Tourism and other state entities, businesses in Vermont to figure out ways to entice Canadians to come down. The exchange rate isn't great right now for them, and they're also, not happy with some of the rhetoric and things that are going on. So we don't have a way to impact that, but we know that we normally rely on Canadians, and they really love Vermont and Vermont State Park system. So we're trying to explore ways to entice them to come down. We've sent some messages. But anyway, that's primarily what we're focused on. I would say out-of-state visitation for camping is down a little bit. But the good news is camping for Vermonters is up over last year. So we're really happy that Vermonters are getting out into the park system. And with this stretch of weather we're having now, the beaches are pretty busy. And folks are getting out into the parks for some shade or for some water sports. And our swim water quality has been good overall, so that really helps also drive folks to the parks in August.
And as we see that season start to wrap up a bit, obviously we have a couple of weeks before school starts, but you mentioned that it goes all the way to and through October. Anything that folks should know about that could get them to the park in that time, especially with the nice weather that you mentioned?
check our website. We have availability up to the minute availability for campsites on our website. This time of year, kids aren't quite back to school yet. It's still summer, and you can find some campsites that may not have been available in July. We have 2,200 campsites in the park system, so there's quite a bit of capacity there. And even some of those prime sites where you're right on the water, some of those are available. In terms of day use, check our website also for the swim water sampling and water quality, which, as I said, it's been really good this year. But we have up-to-date information on that. And we have some events coming up. We have a Jam for the Parks, partnership with Vermont Parks Forever Foundation and Stowe Cider. They're holding an event at Waterbury Center State Park. Great concert event and fundraiser for Vermont Parks Forever. And that's on Saturday, September 6th. And then if also on our website, there's a calendar of events, and we have 19 parks with park interpreters and educators there hosting programs and doing programs particularly aimed toward kids. So that we have Words in the Woods programs coming up, and some music, a lot of good stuff coming on to kind of finish the season.
It's really exciting. The last time we checked in with you guys, we had talked a little bit about folks who were receiving SNAP benefits having opportunities to be able to make use of some of the state parks. So talk to me a little bit about that program, but also have people been taking advantage of it? If there are any numbers that you can share with us about that particular program?
I am so happy you brought that up. We are so excited about that program, and it really has been successful, particularly given this is the first year that it's been tried. And to give you a little bit of background, if you meet a certain income threshold and you have an EBT card or a WIC card, that can act as your park pass. So you just wave that at the park entrance gate, and that's just like having a park pass. And that was that's not free entry. It is funded by private donations through the Vermont Parks Forever Foundation, a really important partner of ours. And the park system will get reimbursed for those visits through that private foundation and the donors. So right now, about 6% of our overall day use visits are from that program. About 21,000 folks have used that program, and we're hoping many more use it this summer and this fall. It's kind of a great benefit for us and a great benefit for Vermonters.
Is there anything you want folks to know as the season starts to wrap up? Obviously, we're still in early August, but anything that you want to let them know about getting outside, making use of the space that we have, anything at all?
I'm unfortunately, even though I'm the director of the state park system, and Vermont has an incredible park system, I'm stuck inside on the computer quite a bit. And there's nothing more beneficial to me than getting out into the parks and visiting parks. And I get to do that as part of my job too, but I also do it on weekends. And just talking to the park staff, park visitors, and just being outside, you realize the world isn't the computer screen. The world is outside and interacting with folks in person and just recreating and having some downtime. And it's really important for relationships and for your own mental health and well-being and your physical health as well.
Beautiful. Well, Nate, thank you so much for agreeing to join us today. And it looks like you have something else you wanted to add before we wrap up here.
Thank you. I did want to add that we have 17 of our parks that are closing right after Labor Day, but there are still 38 that remain open through Indigenous Peoples Day. So we're encouraging folks to get out now, particularly to those parks that have beaches. But then remember, the parks are open through mid-October, and then they're open for informal use all season long. Folks can go in and walk and enjoy the parks even when we're closed.
Good to know, and folks should definitely be able to get out there as soon as they can, especially as the foliage comes up too. You know, it's a draw for a lot of folks. Well, thanks again for joining us this morning. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you, Adrian. Have a good day.